Hello, my name is Bobby Nicholson, and today I want to walk you through a tutorial that shows you how to install LiveShare extension pack inside of Visual Studio Code. And for that tutorial, I will also show you how to install Visual Studio Code. That way, we can get this process up and running. Visual Studio Code is a code editor provided by Microsoft. The purpose of me creating this tutorial is to show beginner programmers or even intermediate programmers that there is a way to share your code for free and with more experienced people or with your peers that may just have better input or that you want to learn with or from. And so LiveShare extension pack allows you to share code in real time through Visual Studio Code. It allows you to share whiteboards. It allows you to chat and I think make calls. So there is a difference. LiveShare alone will only allow you to share your code, but the LiveShare extension pack comes with all of those features. And so we're going to be targeting that extension package instead of just LiveShare. So for the purpose of this tutorial, let's begin by creating or signing into Microsoft. So just navigate to Microsoft.com. or whatever Microsoft routes you to, because right now I'm at login.live.com, and then it has like a URL parameter that takes from my computer to wherever, however they know me. So if you don't have an account, go ahead and go to the no account create one, click it, and then just create the account and either sign in, or you don't have to sign in at this point because you're going to be prompted to sign in when you try to use the LiveShare feature. So like I said, either sign in now or create an account, verify the account, and then move on to the next portion of this tutorial, which is going to Visual Studio. Now, if you already have Visual Studio Code installed in your computer, you can skip this as well. But for our purposes, we are not going to install the IDE. That is a more robust environment. It's not required for this. And Visual Studio Code itself is awesome. It has so many features in it. You pretty much don't really need the IDE unless you're trying to become like maybe a .NET developer. So Visual Studio Code, it accepts and reads and knows all sorts of programming languages. So it's efficient. That's all we need. So navigate over to visualstudio.microsoft.com. Look for your platform. Mine is Windows, so it's already recognized it. It says download for Windows. I hit that. Now, if I weren't running Windows on my operating system or Mac, because Mac is pretty much easy to download as well, but say you have a Linux environment, there is a site called Linuxize, and there's a tutorial for Ubuntu, Linux users, and though this tutorial is geared towards beginners that probably use a Mac or a PC, I still want to show this and share this with you in case all you have is Linux or Ubuntu, which is by no means a bad thing, but I just expect that if you have one of those kind of computers that you are used to downloading and installing packages from your command line. But if you're not, here's a tutorial that walks you through all of the command prompts you need to install Visual Studio Code on the command line and then to get it started. So here is that URL in case you are interested or need to use it. Other than that, we're gonna go back to Visual Studio Code and download. Now, after the download process has finished, I already have Visual Studio installed on my computer, so I don't have to wait for that. But this might take you a few minutes. You're gonna have to give permissions and walk it through, installing in your computer and whatnot. So once that's done, just open it and you will get this welcome screen. From the welcome screen, you could create a new file or a new folder, or you could set up a folder on your desktop and then open it in Visual Studio by either navigating to it or by simply dragging it into the icon that's created on your desktop, and this is it. So if I had this folder and I wanted to open it, I could just slide it right in and it would open here. Now I'm not going to do that right now. I don't want to confuse anyone. But for the purpose of it, we will create some sort of folder. That way you have something to share if you could walk through this. Now, in order to share this code, in the end, when we have this fully set up, the person you're trying to share with also needs to have done these steps. They need a Microsoft or GitHub account because Microsoft also owns GitHub now, and they need Visual Studio Code installed in their machine, and they also need the Live Share extension pack in order for you to share with them. So we'll go ahead and create a folder. Well, I'll open a folder. Let's just do the one I showed you. So I'll slide this here. It'll reopen, and it's going to take a second. But I'm going to close this one. But once this gets started and up and going, I'll walk you through how to get the extension pack. Now, you won't be able to see me use the extension pack because I have no one to share it with at this moment. However, if you're doing this with someone else, or if you have two computers or a virtual computer installed in your computer, then you would be able to see it immediately. So what I'm waiting for now is my extensions to activate. Sometimes with updates they activate more slowly, and we just had an update. So while that's waiting, I'll go ahead and show you where to get Visual Studio Code's Live Extension Pack. Now over to the left, there are these icons of search, debug. This is the file explorer, the thing we're in now, so that we could explore files that we're in. And here is the extension icon for the marketplace. And what I mean by the marketplace is that in Visual Studio, there are so many extensions that you can install that other developers have created that all you need to do is search for them, and that's what makes this thing so awesome. That's not the only thing, but that's one of the best things. So you hit that, and it's gonna hide this explorer, and it's gonna bring up a way to search the marketplace. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put Live Share Extension, if I could spell. And you don't want to go with the first one because that's the one I talked about in the beginning where you just share your code. We're going to go to the extension pack, and that's going to be 1, 2, 3 right here. And mine is already installed, but I want to click on it and show you that this is how it looks. So we don't want it to look any other way. Yours should say install. Once it's installed, it'll say uninstall or disable. And so you just hit install, and that takes care of downloading that package into your Visual Studio Code, and it lives there from now on. Once that's installed and we're back in our file explorer, like say I wanted to show some other developer my code, I'm stuck or it's bugged out, or I just want to show off. So I navigate to that file, and here it is. And then once you have it installed, you can look down to the bottom left, and you will see now you have a new area that says Live Share. So we click on this, and since I've already signed, but I'm going to try to do it anyway, and this is asking me to give permissions, and I'm going to say OK, and it's going to activate my Live Share session. For you, the first time, it may open up a browser tab and send you back to Microsoft and ask you for your permissions and whatnot. And then once you say yes to all of that and you've signed in to Microsoft account, you can close that tab and come right back here. Once it's done, you get this little pop-up down here that says your invitation link was copied to the clipboard. So now inside your clipboard, which is just copied, you could actually go to a email or a chat room or anything and just right click and paste it, and someone who also has went through these steps can then click on that link and immediately join your session. Once someone has joined your session, just like my name is here now and I'm in the Live Share chat, someone else, it'll say someone else joined, and you will know. That way, it's not just, you felt like, someone's watching you and you don't know. You would know exactly if someone joined or not. With all of that being said, that's pretty much the extent of this tutorial. My encouragement to you now is that go out, find someone who's willing to participate, and share your code. That's pretty much